This video is on Form 10BB, which is an audit report under Section 1023C. Form 10BB is required to be filed as an audit report under Section 1023C in case of any fund or trust or institution or any university or other educational institution or any hospital or other medical institution referred to in Section 1023C, Clause 4, 5, 6 or 6A. The form is required to be filed 1 month before the due date of filing income tax return under Section 139, subsection 1. The form can be used by a chartered accountant who is registered on the e-filing portal and one who has been assigned the form by the taxpayer. The process to fill Form 10BB is that the form is required to be assigned by the taxpayer to a chartered accountant. The chartered accountant is required to fill and upload the form, and the same is required to be accepted and e-verified by the taxpayer for it to be submitted successfully. Let us now look at the prerequisite for filing Form 10BB. Both taxpayer and chartered accountant should be registered on the e-filing portal. Both of them should have valid user ID and password. Taxpayer should have assigned Form 10BB to the chartered accountant, and the chartered accountant should have valid digital signature certificates registered on the e-filing portal. Let us look at the form at a glance. Form 10BB has 5 parts. The first part is a report from a chartered accountant, followed by 3 annexures and the attachment section. The report from a chartered accountant is a certification on examination of balance sheet, income and expenditure account and profit and loss account of the fund, trust or institution. Part A contains the general details of trust or institution. Part B contains the details of application of income for charitable or religious or educational purposes. Part C contains a statement of particulars of other information. Attachment page allows attaching documents, income and expenditure account, profit and loss account, balance sheet or any other relevant documents. Let us now see how do we access and submit Form 10BB. Form 10BB can be filed and submitted through online mode as well as through offline utility. You may refer to the user manual on offline utility, statutory forms to know more. The steps to file and submit Form 10BB through online mode are: the first step is assigning a Form 10BB by the taxpayer to a chartered accountant. In order to assign the form, the taxpayer is required to log into the e-filing portal using user ID and password. On the taxpayer's dashboard, click on e-file, go to income tax forms and click on file income tax forms. Select Form 10BB from the form tiles available and click on file now. The taxpayer is required to provide the assessment year and assign CA using the My CA service. If the chartered accountant is assigned by you already, details of Form 10BB pending with the chartered accountant for filing and acceptance will be displayed. If CA is not assigned, you can assign a CA by choosing from the existing list of previously assigned chartered accountants from the drop-down menu. In case there are no CAs added, you can add a CA by clicking Authorize Partner tab on dashboard and click on My CA and then add new CA. After assigning the chartered accountant, attach the supporting documents and click on Continue button. On click of Continue button, the form is successfully submitted to the chartered accountant. The taxpayer is requested to keep a note of the transaction ID for future reference. The second step is filing of Form 10BB by the chartered accountant. Here, the chartered accountant is required to log into the e-filing portal using the valid CA credentials. On the chartered accountant's dashboard, click on Pending Actions tab and go to Work List. In the chartered accountant's work list, the chartered accountant can accept or reject the request. If the CA chooses to reject, then it is required to provide the related reason. On rejection, email and SMS communication is sent to the taxpayer in the email ID and mobile number registered on the e-filing portal, providing the details of reasons for rejection. If the form is accepted, a success message is displayed after acceptance. The chartered accountant is required to then click on Back to Work List. The chartered accountant can select File Form in their work list and the submission mode. On the instructions page of Form 10BB, the chartered accountant is required to click on Let's Get Started. Fill in all the required details for the sections and click on Preview button. Chartered accountant can add unique identification number if applicable and click Proceed. Presently, you will note that the UDIN box is grayed out as the feature will be enabled shortly. However, you may still go ahead and file the form by selecting I do not have UDIN, I will update later. Once the UDIN feature will be made available for all the forms, you can update the same on the portal. If the Chartered Accountant selects Proceed, it will be taken to the E-Verify page where the Chartered Accountant can E-Verify using digital signature certificates. On the preview page, click Proceed to E-Verify, click Yes to confirm. After successful e-verification, a success message is displayed along with the transaction ID. On successful submission, a confirmation message is sent to the email ID and mobile number of the taxpayer registered with the e-filing portal for taxpayer's acceptance or rejection. The third step is acceptance of file form 10BB by the taxpayer. Now again, the taxpayer is required to log into the e-filing portal using its user ID and password. This time the taxpayer will go to Pending Action tab on the dashboard and click on Work List. The taxpayer can select Accept to accept the uploaded form or select Reject and provide rejection comments to reject the form. If you choose to reject, you can provide the related reason. On rejection, email and SMS communication is sent to the Chartered Accountant on the email ID and mobile number registered on the e-filing portal, providing details of reasons for rejection. On selecting Accept, you will be taken to the E-Verify page. The taxpayer can E-Verify the form. After successful E-Verification, a success message is displayed along with the acknowledgement receipt number. An email confirming successful submission of the form is sent to the email ID and mobile number of the taxpayer and the Chartered Accountant registered with the e-filing portal. Filing Form 10BB is very easy, but in order for a seamless filing, you have to avoid errors in form filing and verification. So therefore, kindly ensure to use the latest version of the utility for generating JSON. Ensure that the PAN of the taxpayer, assessment year, CA membership number, form filing type are correctly entered in the utility and selected on the portal. Install the latest emSigner Embridge application in your system. Log in the DSC token. Profile and contact details should be updated in taxpayer and CA login. Check localhost eMudra is not blacklisted by the system admin and DSC token drive is updated. To know more, you can